is to help you as retailers and business partners better know your shoppers and understand their purchase behavior in order to drive personalized interaction with your shoppers that is eventually measured by an increase of their purchase recency, frequency, and overall monetary spend. Based here in New York, we were funded really with the premise of changing the way that one communicates with their shoppers, similar to the online world, but this time in the brick and mortar. Because why and what is personalized retention in our view? By the end of the day, the ability to communicate with and market to your shoppers at the shopper's preferred touch point, preferably with personalized offers in order to increase the customer retention and ensure repeat purchases. So by doing that, you can either retain your customers, reacquire potential customers that may or may not have or are about to disappear, and needless to say, upsell as well. So if you may think of it, with our uniquely integrated solution with Retail Pro, on one hand, you have a seamless integration and one flow in terms of the transaction, but on the other, you get to know your shoppers to their individual purchase behavior. So our platform consists of 3 different engines. The first engine is loyalty. The more you buy, the higher you climb the loyalty ladder, better offer, greater reward. For us, is really providing the minimum possible in order to gain the maximum participation. And that is gaining the shopper's identity and allowing the shopper to communicate and feel comfortable as they tender their transaction, whether they identify with their phone number or identify with their loyalty card. The second engine is the data. Being able to mine and know the shopper to their line item transaction really helps personalizing the interaction with the shopper, knowing what is it that they purchased, but also potentially knowing what is it that they are about to show interest with, and hence personalize that interaction. The important here is that we also provide you with more than 100 different reports, all in real time on the AppCard cloud-based merchant account, where you can see your entire transaction, and we will go into greater detail of that in a few minutes. The third, now that we have the shopper identity and we have their line item transactions, is truly the offer creation engine. Whether those are delivered through a mobile app, whether those are delivered through SMS, email, digital receipt, and so on and so forth, really allow you to communicate with the shoppers continuously before they come to the store, at their checkout, and as they leave your store. Where's AppCard is today? So we are very proud to say that we are currently across 48 states. We are also in Canada, as well as some presence in Singapore. We process tens of millions of transactions monthly. And in the past month alone, we've added more than 139,000 shoppers on the platform with our retail partners. Additionally, we see vast success of the offers and rewards, where about 43% of all offers are being redeemed with yet another item purchased across thousands of retail stores throughout the nation. So speaking of the integration and speaking of the new solution, the idea is truly to allow you to have a solution that is simple, that is easy, that is powered, if you will, joint at the hip. So on one hand, you tender your transaction regularly as you do today with minimal cashier training. And then as the transaction is being tendered, you are able to see how much points would the shopper may have, what are the constructs that are available for them, if there is a gift catalog or whatever have you, in order to allow redeem of these offers and for the shopper to be rewarded for their purchase. Here it is important to say that AppCard flexibility is as such that we are completely agnostic to the payment method. So whether the shopper will be paying cash, debit, credit, with your gift card, we don't care. They will always be rewarded for their business, and you will always know they were there. Furthermore, with our platform, and once you do have your gift card, we can actually drive a tender-based offer in order to increase such participation along the way. So one of the things that we are very, very sensitive for is obviously line busting. Having a solution that is easy, that is swift, that is encouraging both to the shopper as well as to the sales associate and cashier. So enrolling a shopper or identifying one will take less than 3 seconds. All that you have to do is simply swipe a loyalty card or key in one's mobile number and tender the transaction regularly as you do. As you do that, the shopper will also get, even before leaving the store, their digital receipt that already will encompass all of their line item transaction, but also will calculate their rewards regardless of the construct. So points, gift, or even punches for repetitive transactions, for instance, as we have with either Davidus Cigars or with pet stores or with any other segment. Needless to say that the more we know of the shopper, the more personalized the offers become, and we are able to bring them more often to the store. The AppCard, and here in AppCard, we pride ourselves in 2 things. One, making data actionable in order to drive this personalized, transparent relationship with your shoppers. The second is truly being a service-oriented company. So although we are savvy with our technology and we have developed everything that you are about to see today and to hear internally, we pride ourselves by the fact that we are here as a service organization where each and every of our retail partners enjoy our account managers, our graphic designer support, as well as our data scientists that really ends up to be the digital backbone for your personalized marketing program, where we can share of our experience and knowledge, whether it is by helping you to obtain and meet and exceed your goals, but also to help you migrate from your existing program and or to help you to optimize the performance of the program, whether it is because we would like to make sure that the text campaign or an email campaign goes on the right time, or whether we would like to plan ahead, whether it is for a birthday campaign or whether it is with the up-and-coming summer vacation or back to school. So speaking a little bit about the program itself, truly built for simplicity and flexibility, we offer almost endless type of constructs. So whether it is a spend-based program or a tiered-based program like an airline, where you can customize your 5 tiers or up to 5 tiers, whether it is a point-based program, whether it is a punch card program for frequency of purchases, whether it is for setting attainable, reachable goals in order to drive shoppers to buy more frequently with what we call as a gift catalog. So earn 300 points, you get X, and earn 500 points, you get Y. But interesting enough, knowing of your sensitivity, we also enable to do what we call a cross-merchant. So those merchants that are on our platform and would like to optimize and maximize their marketing can do 1 + 1 = 3, if you will. And as we've done here in the city with Coffee Bean and Sabon, so purchase $35 or more at Sabon and you'd get the coffee at Coffee Bean. So from a shopper perspective, you have the value of the perceived value versus the actual value in order to make the offers and rewards more affordable. Here it is also important to say that for us, AppCard, it's all about the relationship and customer recognition. because loyalty and customer retention are not just about the discount. They are really about being able to communicate with the shoppers, whether it is appreciation, whether it is we miss you campaign, whether it is a birthday or tiered campaign. So really last visit, or as we've said earlier, a tender-based offer in order to drive more of your gift card participation. So being able to do all of that and more, and with your account manager, assuming there's something here that we haven't presented, we will be happy to listen, and if we can, execute, and if not, learn from your experience as well. So we talk about OmniChannel, we talk about being able to communicate with the shopper's preferred touchpoint. So here, truly, whether someone wishes to opt in, and we do put a lot of emphasis on meeting the required legislative requirement from double opt-in. So whether someone would like to share their mobile number or download the app where they will see your fully branded storefront over there, or they would simply like to stick with a loyalty card. All of that is perfectly okay. The vast majority of the nation has their smartphone, but there is still a percentage which do not. So having a web account where they can really engage and encounter with the program and see and enjoy the exact same experience, whether it is through email, through text, digital receipt, and we are now also adding to our platform feedback as well as social media integration, where truly making your shoppers your best friend promoters. Where feedback is concerned, as we prompt people with their digital receipt, knowing that what they purchase, where they purchase, we can prompt them with questions, sharing of their experience. As for the mobile experience, and I'm very proud to say that all the names that you see here are Retail Pro customers on our platform. The beauty here is that each and every merchant has their fully branded storefront on the app with all your locations, with the digital receipt, with the offers, with the construct. So for the shopper perspective, they know at every given moment how much the one needs to spend in order to climb to the next level or unlock their next reward. Creating the offers, if you will, is almost like a Google AdWords as well. So you can create everything yourself through the merchant account, or you can consult with your account manager, which I haven't mentioned earlier, but at no additional charges. Or our platform also allows to set up to 16 different automatic triggers that will prompt the shoppers with offers and messaging in order to better engage them. So whether it is a special event, so a VIP pre-season introduction, or whether it is based on item purchase for people who bought that may also bought this, whether it is a We Miss You campaign or birthday campaign, and so on and so forth. So we really will be happy to get that done with you and for you. Creating an offer, by the way, takes 5 minutes. So really built for simplicity, and you can get your entire campaign up and running. You can also save those and make those available for you. In terms of the cards, whether you'd like the AppCard cards, which are provided for free, or you'd like to create your own branded cards, those are both perfectly okay. Assuming you'd like to create your own cards, we have our graphic designers here, and we have our card manual, and we can create those for you as well. In terms of where we stand today, our vision and our true execution is truly to encompass one's entire share of wallet, from their morning coffee to their corporate store, to the university cafeteria, all the way to their clothing store, to their lifestyle store, whether it is the houseware and hardware, and whether there's the coffee shop, and whether it is the accessory, the health and beauty, and throughout the entire spectrum. Interesting enough, one of our very first and highly successful partners in this respect was Davidus Cigars, which is 11 location cigar and lounge chain in the Maryland area. They have been working very closely in retaining and rewarding their customers, but there was something missing, and that something was being really to what was missing was the ability to know the shoppers and drive them with more engagement, with reaching out through mobile, with reaching out through email, and so on and so forth. And we've helped them in two ways. One, we've helped them to fully migrate tens of thousands of their shoppers in a very seamless and easy way. And the second was to better engage and drive higher value and participation, because as we've mentioned earlier, we value our service by helping to increase the recency, the frequency, as well as the monetary spend by the shopper, or what's called the RFM model. So what we've seen, and we will be happy to share with you in the next couple of weeks the case study as well, is we've seen that 70% of all transactions are associated with their loyalty members. The second thing that we've seen, and we are very proud of, is that the AppCard user average ticket has increased by 16% as in comparison with the non-AppCard members. And more importantly, we've also increased the number of items per ticket, because it's important to be able to expose your shoppers to additional items and more of your offering. So whether you are in the wireless world, whether it's a hardware store, a coffee shop, a beauty and health, and apparel, we've been very successful in driving customer retention and customer loyalty across the board throughout these segments. I will stop here with the presentation, and I think that after we've talked a little bit about what AppCard is about and how we do it, is truly to be in a position where you can actually see it in action. So that being said, here is my Retail Pro, and within Retail Pro 9, I will run a few transactions, and I will choose my items. As I choose my items, as you can see here, there's the AppCard Rewards button. All that I need to do now is simply key in my phone number, and as I identify myself with my phone number, you would see my name, my phone number, my loyalty level, as well as when was my last purchase. I can see that I have a wallet for redeem. I can also see that I have certain amount of points to redeem. And all that I need to do is simply submit the transaction, and then I'll tender it. As simple as I do, whether it is cash or whether it is otherwise, and I'm done. So from a line busting point of view, it's really made for simplicity to drive the transaction as one would do. I can also do the same by registering a shopper for the very first time. And maybe one of you would like to share on the chat your mobile number. I'll be happy to show you how a registration would look like. Any volunteer? Okay, so I have a number here. So the number would be 604. 604.
319.
319.
7463.
7463. So as I do that, for the first time as the shopper is being identified, we are prompting her request whether the shopper will be interested in receiving text message in order to download the app, as well as for their marketing purposes. As you can see, this is a new shopper, so there's no name. That shopper that provided their phone number, and thank you for participating, have also been prompted with a text message now in encouraging them to download the app. As we do so, and we will tender the transaction, you will also be receiving your digital receipt, as it will be waiting for you at the downloaded app or on your web account. So that being said, let's look at how does it look from the reporting side. So from a reporting side standpoint, this is the AppCard merchant, cloud-based merchant account. The two transactions we've done now immediately updated it. So it's in real time or near real time, 6 seconds delay. On the dashboard, you see your entire storefront, whether you have a single store or whether you have 500 stores. The total transaction value and volume, you see your top selling item. You would also see the performance of each and every of your offers today and whether people redeemed or did not redeem. That being said, now we can drill down into the actual transaction and being able to see the various transactions, the AppCard versus the non-AppCard report. You can see those by point of sale. You can see those not only by location, but really drilling down on a location by location. And here I would like to say that our integration is as such that the reporting that you see here is for 100% of your transaction at the store, whether those are loyalty or not. So for the offers and rewards, we truly are A/B tested, and we know what works and what's not, and hence can constantly optimize and help you grow your business. So here you can see it by the point of sale. You can even see it drilling down by the number of items per ticket as those have been purchased by the individual shopper. If you would like to see as well, we can drill down to the product and see what people purchase with. So really understanding the value of the items purchased together. That being said, we view data in 3 different layers. The first one is the aggregated calculated report for everything that happens in your business. The second would be the business intelligence. So from a business intelligence, you would be able to see the customer ranking and cashier ranking and trends and basket analysis. And the third layer would be your alerts, real-time alerts, revenue leakage, possible cashier fraud, abnormal return of an item. So really helping you, as mentioned earlier, to optimize the business. And here you can see those, and you can also go ahead and look into your CRM and see your shoppers, when was their first time, when was their last time of visiting the store, and you can really understand the value of your shoppers in terms of simply one click, and you can see the best shoppers, whether those are on per visit, whether those per visit and amount spent. And you can also drill down to their individual receipt by receipt basis. So if someone returns an item or someone has visited and says, I bought it, this and that, you can really go down and understand them on a shopper by shopper basis. Now you can really understand the life cycle value of your shoppers by being exposed to all this wealth of data that is at your fingertips and made available for you. So you probably ask yourself, okay, so with the product catalog, I'm an apparel business, I would like to drive, and I change my season on a quarterly basis. That's perfectly okay. We build up your product catalog on the fly as people make purchases. Hence, we can also tell you when a new item was introduced for the first time and sold by which cashier at which store with which items purchased. As for your offers, you can also see the offers based on the true value of these offers. So how many people viewed it? How many times it was redeemed? What was the ROI on a ticket-by-ticket basis? So you can really understand whether your program works, and if not, modify, and if it is, help extend the offers as they go. In terms of creating an offer, we'll do it. You can create your offers from here, as we've said, whether it is points or gifts for subject to an amount spent, subject to an item purchase, or more of a frequency card as discussed. You can also see the offers that you've put into draft and publish them at any other later date. So with that being said, we'll go back to the presentation. So making data actionable is no longer a dream. It's what AppCard does, and we do it on a constant basis. And we have our data scientists and account managers who are here to provide and set recommendations. So whether you have a team internally with whom we can work, or whether we become your extended team, really to help accomplish those goals. Some of the reports can be fully customized to your business, and we provide up to 10 reports for free in order to customize those and make those available for your business. As you saw, this is your CRM, and adding constantly capabilities to allow you to manage your CRM in a better, more efficient way. This is a little bit of what our customers are saying and thinking of AppCard, whether it is a clothing store, whether it is the houseware and hardware store, whether it is Saban, that throughout a period of 12 months we've truly increased their average ticket dramatically, or whether it is seeing a very encouraging reaction from Vapecraft, where 75% or near 75% of the total transactions are with shoppers that have identified themselves. So how do you enroll? How do you jump on board? So we've created this lead generation form, and for which I will have to log out first. So you can have the form filled in, and as you do that, you are able both to associate that with your business partner who can help you with setting up and going up and running, and you can submit that. And for those of you who would be interested in doing that, we will be happy to extend a month for free. So I think it's been overwhelming. I think it's been a lot. So we'll stop here, and I'll be very happy to open the floor for questions. Alexandra?
Sure, let me chime in here. So you've got quite a few questions actually from our guests today. First is, you mentioned having graphic designers on staff. Would your service include creation and maintenance of a new online storefront service?
So, excellent question. Thank you for that. Online is a very, very important aspect of one's business today, and it is very, very important that we could bring all of that into the entire rewards and loyalty program. For such, we have our APIs that can integrate with the online store and bring the store to be yet another store location from the merchant standpoint. our designers will help in creating the offers. They will help in creating the loyalty card, assuming one wants to have a custom card. They will also help in creating the in-store signage, whether it is the countertop or others. We will be happy to look into each and every request and do our best to support and accommodate as need be.
Okay, very good. Does it allow for VAT?
So VAT, what we do from a loyalty standpoint is we would like to exclude the points and rewards from earning those on VAT, but we do have the functionality to have a VAT or exclude the VAT from the rewards, subject to the country and subject to the merchant's request.
So how ready are you for the international markets? There's a lot of questions about that.
We, as partners of Retail Pro, are committed to follow and help and support Retail Pro customers as they are. We are today more biased towards the English language speaking countries. However, our platform is built as a Unicode and can have the mobile app defined and support other languages. The backend is something that will take slightly longer to do, but this would be indeed localized as well. So we do have a couple of business partners who've already challenged us, and we've showed how committed we are to go into additional countries as well.
Okay. So after the rewards are removed, so if the item is returned, are the rewards removed from the account?
Correct. The most important thing from a return standpoint, and Retail Pro does it beautifully, is to associate the item with the original transaction. So even if the shopper will not identify themselves when they return an item, assuming we know the original transaction ID is associated with the return transaction, indeed we can reverse the rewards earned. Some of our retailers here, it is important to say, that have decided not to reverse the reward, but as a default, it does indeed reverse the reward.
Is AppCard ready to work with Retail Pro 8?
Correct. We are proud to say that we are integrated with both Retail Pro 8 and 9 and working vigorously on the Prism, so we will be across the board in terms of Retail Pro platforms.
Okay. There's also a question about enrollment. Can you enroll your shoppers in the AppCard loyalty program without using the POS? So can you do it on a different device, potentially through the web format maybe?
Yes, so AppCard does have its own loyalty terminal, and we can do that whether it is for someone going on an event and would like to enroll shoppers, or as we have some of the bike stores usually go on races and they have their own booth, and we definitely help them extend their reach to the field and enroll their shoppers accordingly. So the answer is yes, we have the AppCard loyalty terminal for that purpose.
Okay, sounds good. So when you're looking up a customer information, do you need to type in the area code for the phone number?
Yes, we do ask for the entire phone number, because as we see it here in our immediate market in New York, you may find people from all over the country, so you do need to have the area code keyed in as part of the phone number.
Okay. And as far as the transition goes from the existing programs, can you import the rewards from a current loyalty program into AppCard?
The immediate answer is yes. Needless to say that there is a small disclaimer here that we need to understand how the data is structured and what of that data is available. But from our experience so far, we have successfully migrated from various platforms, and we'll be happy to migrate into the AppCard platform, whomever wishes.
Okay. And can customers check their point balances on their own devices, or do they have to be in the store?
No, the shoppers can, through the mobile app, can access at their convenience, see their points and rewards, whether they have free gifts waiting for them or not, how much do they need to spend in order to climb to the next level, as well as which of their favorite store is nearby. And if they don't know the direction, be sure that AppCard will help them with the navigation through the app to find the fastest and best way to get there.
Okay. There's also a question from clearly a franchisee. How does that integrate with franchisees?
Wonderful. And I think that this is a great question that is unique for the character of franchisee, because in a franchisee we usually see corporate owned, and we see various franchisors across the country. So what you can do here is that, assuming the business was driven by the corporate, and the corporate can have their own basic program, and then each and every location can create their own additional offers, assuming the corporate allows. Alternatively, as we've had with Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, where a franchisee can have their own authorization or autonomy in creating their program, then we can do the same and have a program per region or per stores. The beauty is, whether it is a franchisee or whether it is not, offers can still be on a store specific in order to drive business, whether it is in slower hours or whether it is because of unique characteristics of that neighborhood.
Okay, great. So what are the key differences between the Retail Pro loyalty that some of our customers are used to and the AppCard loyalty platform?
I think that Retail Pro loyalty has proven to be very, very good until the point where you really want to communicate with your shoppers at the shopper preferred touchpoint. Being able to extend it from the store and be able to communicate with the shopper before they come to the store or as they leave the store. Furthermore, AppCard's sole responsibility is making the data actionable and extending our service, as mentioned earlier, in order to be able to communicate with the shopper and in order to be able to really personalize the engagement with the shopper. And this is where we take the already very well performing Retail Pro loyalty into the next level and into the 21st century, if you will, by personalized marketing.
Fantastic. And then there's a lot of questions about pricing. Can you touch on that at a high level as far as, is it a subscription based? Is it a one-time fee? How does that work? And of course, we'll reach out to everybody with complete details on that.
Yes. So AppCard is retention as a service company. So it is a subscription based where there's a monthly fee that derives from the number of sites and seats. If we use the terminology, the Retail Pro terminology, or the AppCard one is locations and POS lanes per location. And on top of that, there's the fees that are redemption fees, which are flat 35 cents upon someone's redeeming their reward. So it's not a transaction fee like a processor. So only when someone redeems their 10th coffee for free or their 10th grooming from a pet store, for instance. And additionally, we charge 5 cents per redeem, 5 cents per text per campaign, as those are the fees charged by the cellular operators. Other than that, the mobile, the reporting, the setup, the AppCard, custom cards, email campaigns, all included at no additional fees, and needless to say, neither the professional services of our team. So we are making sure this is not only affordable, but optimizing the business.
Okay. There's also a question about the vertical market. So you spoke to some coffee shops using AppCard today, of course the cigar shop, the different pet stores that you guys support. What is your presence like in the apparel space and the fashion space?
So I'm happy to say that, for instance, I've used Gypsy Warrior as a good example. They are a boutique clothing store, and I think that when you look into lifestyle, being accessories, shoes, apparel, from a retail standpoint, this is today our third most successful segment. So we are proud to say that that's encompassing really the retail pro community, including the apparel, being as an important part of it.
Okay, great. And can you use your loyalty cards on your regular credit card terminals?
We are working with Kayan, Merchant Warehouse and Retail Pro, to allow swiping the AppCard card at the terminal. So for those of you who already have that, that will be supported very soon. However, you can also identify the shopper with their phone number, similar, if you will, to your CVS or Dwayne Reed experience. And hence, if any of you do not have that, we can use it accordingly. And those who haven't moved yet to Kayan or Merchant Warehouse and still have your mug stripe reader attached to your point of sale, you can also use that mug stripe as well.
Fantastic. Well, it seems like we're out of time. We have a few more questions. So if you've submitted a question and it hasn't been answered yet, we'll circle back to you very shortly, probably within the next hour. So look out for that email. And thank you, everyone, for joining. And thank you, Ron.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.